Hello everybody and welcome back to game number 2 in the IEM Championships. This is EGIdrA in the top left as the blue Zerg and AcerElfi in the bottom right as the red Protoss. This will contain spoilers, so I hope you watched game number 1. The winner of game number 1 was indeed EGIdrA with some really weird transitions from AcerElfi. A nice 4-gate timing attack that EGIdrA was able to defend, partially due to the map being so huge and them being in cross positions. And then a strange transition into Stargate, which was too slow to be too effective against mutas. And then once EGIdrA switched into Hydra Roach, the Stargate wasn't really able to do anything, and EGIdrA just kind of walked right over him. So, pretty solid win from EGIdrA in game number 1. And again, this is the IEM, which is the Intel Extreme Masters Tournament. It's held in China, and this is the finals. These are the final games that are being played. These two are battling it out for first place. And EGIdrA is currently up 1-0. So already we're seeing Elfi place his pylon towards the choke of his natural. It's very standard on Shakira's plateau, and really you don't see a whole lot from a lot of Protoss players aside from Forge First against Zerg. So you know, it's kind of a macro-oriented metagame that ZVP is. So it's kind of cool to watch. You know, you're going to get at least 10-minute games, which for StarCraft 2 isn't always common, and this is pretty strange. EGIdrA is actually going pool first on this map as opposed to going hatch first, which he did on Tal'Darim Altar, possibly because there's less scouting locations for the Protoss to scout. The map is a little bit smaller. Maybe he feels like he lucked out last time getting that fast expansion down, but it's actually a smart move because the first time he tried it, Elfi actually threw down a Nexus first, which makes the cannons way too slow, and it's not really possible to cannon out your opponent when you do go Nexus first. And this time he's going Forge first, in which case if EGIdrA did Hatchery first, he would be able to easily cannon EGIdrA out, and it'd be messy. EGIdrA would probably just GG and rage quit because that's what he likes to do, because he's a silly little boy toy like that. But the pylon is going down. That's more of a bluff with the drones than anything else by EGIdrA. I don't think the pylon's going to be worth it because 4 Zerglings are already coming out. EGIdRA's not really close to 300 minerals yet. So, kind of a small little victory for EGIdRA. Ideally, you would like to get that first hatchery down before your spawning pool. But, you know, if you can waste a pylon, then whatever, that's fine. And here come the 4 Lings for EGIdRA. Acer trying to be annoying with this probe, but here they come. Probe is going to get away. Lings can't really chase down a probe that effectively without speed, and we're going to see that here. The speed difference just isn't enough. It's 2.61 versus 2.95, and he's going to get an attack in every once in a while, and he's actually going down here. That's a very weird maneuver. You'd think he'd want to send that probe back as soon as he could to get some mining in. He might go up and scout somewhere, I don't know. But now he is doubling back. These Lings are going to try to cut off this probe, but they just can't catch up enough to get enough damage in, especially with the shields recharging. So, good probe management there. He is able to save this probe, I'm assuming. I don't think the Lings will get 4 more attacks in. Oh, no, he travels way too fast. Probes OP, man. They need to nerf their speed. They're way too good. And EGIdRA actually taking a fast third. Like I said last game, you've got a couple options when your opponent is fast expanding. EGIdRA almost has to assume that Elfi is fast expanding, and in response he's going to take a quick third. And I want you guys to keep an eye on the geysers of EGIdRA because of this quick third. It's almost impossible to saturate this third and make it worthwhile if you get more than 1 geyser before like 10 minutes in the game. And I have a feeling around 10 minutes or so is when we will see like a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th geyser all at once. But I'm actually curious myself to see when he does choose to throw down those extra geysers in this 3 expand build. And he's actually got 300 minerals. I'm curious, is he going to throw down a macro hatch? It doesn't look like he's going to. So far he's just droning up, getting the overlords. And no queens yet. He actually has a queen in his hatcheries already, and I expect to see a creep playing queen, which EGIdRA has been doing great at lately, and also a queen on his 3rd. And look at this. Oh, jeez. Busy. And look at this. We got a double starport from Elfi, and this time the double starport is coming way, way sooner. So it's going to be a lot more effective than it was last time, assuming EGIdRA isn't prepared for it. It's not going to be like last time where it didn't really do anything. So here are the starports. The only questionable thing I have about these starports is if EGIdRA put a Ling up onto the ramp here, which might happen, those starports would be scouted, and I wonder if EGIdRA's going to run his overlord in there and see that. Here comes the queen for that 3rd hatchery. Here comes the evolution chamber. Now, here's the 2 gas. So he's got 2 gas at about the 6.5 minute mark, so 1 more than I thought. His drone count is 36 to 33. But, you know, even with just that one extra gas there, his drone count is going to be cut severely. And so, I don't know. We'll see when he does get those additional gases. It's still 37 to 33. Here come the first two Phoenix. So, Elfi, a huge fan of Phoenix. I don't think Idra's been able to see these starports yet. No, he hasn't. So, he's just working on getting his third base up and running, working on his drone count. He's still only got 5 Zerglings, while Elfi, you know, he's popping out those Phoenix, and he's really only got 1 Stargate. So these Phoenix, if evolution chambers come out in time, these Phoenix aren't really going to do a whole lot. They're just kind of rallied up here, nice safe location, and oh, IEGIDRA's going to scout right below these starports. I don't think that Overlord's going to see it. Is he going to move up, or is he going to try to scout the main? And there's that third queen. Looks like, or looks like he just skipped an inject to lay a tumor. And IEGIDRA has seen the starport. He sees the Phoenix. He's going to drop 1 or 2 spore crawlers at every single base, and it's going to be right on time. He is going to lose 1 Overlord. That will not supply cap him. And here comes another spore. Is he going to get 3 here? Because this side seems really undefended. Lifting up that queen, and he's going to snipe that queen, and then probably just lift up whatever drones he can. But there is 2 spores going in the second base, 1 spore in the third. I think he can use another. There we go. And these Phoenix, you know, they're killing 1, 2 queens, but they're not doing tremendous damage. Queens don't cost a lot of money, but IEGIDRA will lose out on a bit of larva. But running at 3 hatcheries so early in the game, the larva isn't going to be a huge concern. So while this opening did catch IEGIDRA a little bit off guard, I don't think it was cost effective. Although there's a lot of Overlords dying, man. I don't know. IEGIDRA responding with an infestation pit and some Hydras. So that's going to be a great counter for the Phoenix. Infestors, just amazing against pretty much anything, especially air units because they're so fast. I mean, air units aren't powerful. Once you're able to attack them, they die pretty easily. But the problem is they're fast for the most part, so you really need the Infestors, and that's why IEGIDRA has those Infestors. These early Phoenix are going to be such a nuisance that the Hydras won't really be able to catch without their assistance. And here comes the third gas. Looks like he's mined 100 off of it at around 10 minutes. Fourth one coming, and fifth and sixth. So it looks like the threshold for 6 gas is around 10 minutes, and then just depending on what kind of build you're going, you're going to want to get your second, third, and you know, maybe fourth a bit sooner than that. So now you know how to manage a 3-base build. But not a whole lot happening in this game. 56 to 47, just the Phoenix running around, picking up that Zergling on the tower, and it looks like Elfi has actually halted production on his Stargates, so double Stargate into about 6 Phoenix, and now he's going mass gateway with a Robo Facility and a Warp Prism, and I've seen this before. I saw this in State versus IEGIDRA. I think he's going to bring his Warp Prism over here, warp in tons of units, drop some units with the Warp Prism as well, and just assault it from this end. And is IEGIDRA going to be prepared? He's actually got some Hydras just kind of chilling here. I don't know if that's intentional or there's just no rally. Looks like there is a rally down there, probably just for the Phoenix, but I really hope IEGIDRA's able to maintain control of the watchtower and maybe see the Warp Prism fly past here. We'll see. Oh, he's going to go north with 4 units. He's going to try to warp in probably down here. And did IEGIDRA see that? I don't know if he did. Is he going to send his forces to his main? I don't know, but no, Acer actually might be baiting IEGIDRA's forces into the main, which is not good because now the Hydras are going to be prepared for this drop. He just forced IEGIDRA to send units to where he was warping in. I don't appreciate that kind of play from Elfi. He should have sent the Phoenix down here, forced units to go down, and then run into the Zealots, but that is a lot of Zealots, man. Hydra Ling, though, decent against Zealots. Hydra's with such sick DPS. IEGIDRA's going to have no problem cleaning up the ground forces, but these Phoenix are going to do a little bit of damage. Every single Zealot goes down, and again, a very lackluster attack from Elfi. I don't know what that was all about. He's got another wave coming in, and, you know, here we go. Now the Phoenix able to get tons of damage on these Hydras, so great play. Forcing the Hydras, which are vulnerable to Phoenix, and then warping in Zealots and Sentries. So very cool. The second wave of attacks might actually get something done, but I was skeptical for a second until IEGIDRA ran all of his his Hydras into those Phoenix, and just continuing to pick off rallying Hydras. So I spoke a little bit too soon. Great play here from Elfi, although, you know, it was partly because of a mistake by IEGIDRA, but these Zealots, man, they tear apart unprotected Hydras and lone Lings. But Hydra Ling combined are very good against Zealots, but, you know, if there's only one or the other, not too good. And just continuing to lift up the Hydras. Drones being pulled off the line. Zergling's trying to stall the Zealots. They're getting 2-shotted, though, because those Zealots are +1. Infestor trying to do something. And I don't know, this might be the end of IEDRA. More zealots popping out. How many gateways are there, man? There are so many gateways in here. There are 9 gateways. These queens now getting into the action. These hydras are still going to get lifted up by these phoenix, and more phoenix rallying as well. 2 more phoenix. So he's rallying every single phoenix. Is IEDRA going to hold this? Oh, I don't think he has any gravitron beams yet left. His harvester count is still 40. That's not incredible, but he's on 4 bases. You can see the 4 hatcheries out there, and just continual battle going on here. 6 more zealots. 1 more zealot being warped in. Actually, now the zealot's finally getting cleaned up. I feel like IEDRA needs to plant out another spore to try to deal with those phoenix, and I feel like ELFI did enough damage there to at least even the game out. Is he going to keep pressing? Yes, he has 1 more lift of those 3 more lifts, killing 3 more hydras, and oh, the queen goes down. And this is crazy, man. This is crazy. I feel like losing those drones and dropping down to 40 is going to make IEDRA's rallies a bit too slow. 3 more zealots, but still he's got these phoenix just lifting hydra after hydra, each of them probably with 1 lift every 25 seconds or so, and just the culmination of that and these ground forces moving in, it's just doing so much damage to IEDRA. He just doesn't have enough anti-air to deal with these phoenix, especially with the constant rally, and it looks like despite what looked like IEDRA holding it off, ELFI is going to take this game. There's just too much constant pressure on IEDRA's forces, and these phoenix are being so damn cost effective, unlike the phoenix we saw in game 1. So a very innovative strategy from ELFI, not something I've seen before, and I've always been one that I've always been a phoenix user. I mean, I feel like they've always been underestimated as units, anti-ground and anti-air, and we're really seeing how well they can work, forcing his opponent into hydras, and then using the zealots and ground forces to decoy the hydras' fire, and then just lifting up the hydras and killing them so fast with the phoenix. Of course, those phoenix do bonus damage to hydras, dealing 20 damage every shot. So look how fast that hydra dies, man. That's just incredible. Now IEDRA frantically rebuilding his hydra, and I was feeling good for IEDRA too, man. I was like, dude, IEDRA's got this. He just destroyed that first wave. There's no way he's gonna lose this. But then he moved his hydras out here, out of range of the spores, and every single one of them got lifted off. And here goes his macro hatch. He's now running on 2 base. He's running on 46 drones. That base is hardly even started. He's got a nice clump of hydras, but that's a lot of zealots, and here come the phoenix. He does have a spore, but that's like twice as many phoenix as he started out with. You can't even tell what's going on under here. Tons of carnage, and IEDRA does GG. He actually GG'd in the IEM and leaves the game. So crazy attack there from ELFI. Nice positioning from the warp prism, and some great liftoffs there once IEDRA overextended his hydras. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was game number 2 in the IEM championships, and the score is now 1-1. So thanks for watching.